gonna be terrible.
Hello and welcome to Best of the Bottom, or Bottom Class People Drinking Bottom Shelf Booze. And I am the Reverend JP, and this is...
Damn.
I got some background noise. And it's fixed. Background noise is fixed. And I feel like the camera angle shifted again. Oh, well, fuck it. We're live, and there's nothing we can do about it now. But as we've said, this is Best of the Bottom Class People Drinking Bottom Shelf Booze. And one of the things we do here is we find some cheap booze, we review it, and we tell you all about it. And we say, hey, you should drink it or you shouldn't. I don't know. But do it responsibly. That's our motto. We do things responsibly, mostly, I think. Right? Yes? All right. Bam. Ooh. Look at that. We're moving on. But please, check us out, pericoproductions.com. That's our website. And you can find links to all of our social medias. And we also will be doing replays later on YouTube of this very podcast. And if you're watching us right now on the YouTubes, please like, share, subscribe, help us grow. Spread the word of the bottom class. And things will be happy and cheerful and lovely for all. Yes, so saith the deity that may or may not exist. And then you can also listen to audio versions of this very podcast on Podbean at bestofthebottom.podbean.com. And you can just listen to us rant and be stupid as you commute to work or do your dishes or laundry or whatever you do when you listen to podcasts. I do all kinds of stuff when I'm listening to podcasts. Try to be productive. Sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm just chilling. But you know what? We'd appreciate the support. We love you guys. But before we get this ball officially rolling, this week we will be getting heavily discussed in UFOs. But before that, we will have booze in the news. Is the government offering beer to get a COVID vaccine? I don't know. Find out. And we'll also be reviewing a MD 2020 Mogen David, which I love the fact that they've embraced the Mad Dog now and they put a little dog on the thing. We're going to be trying this new beverage I discovered just earlier today and see how it tastes. But before this ball gets officially rolling, we do this little thing that we call the Bag of Doom. In this bag, we have various shots that we pick up from the local liquor store. I've become quite friendly with the Kelly liquor store here. And they are lovely ladies, chaps, and non-binary individuals that work there. And when I go in there, I'm like, hey, can you give me... I got distracted by Maverick. Hey, can you give me some random shots? I really need some random shots. Actually, I don't do that anymore. They're like, oh, hey, do you need some random shots? And I'm like, oh, yeah. And they grab these random shots and they put them in a bag and I pay for them. And that's what I did today. And now we have these random shots. Diane, let's start with... Come on.
It's my new thing now to actually feel around the bag of doom. I'm trying to understand its mysteries.
There are no understanding these mysteries.
Tanqueray.
Oh, I got the wicked pickle.
Heck yes.
I was informed that this tastes really terrible. So, I'm preparing for the worst.
I'm so curious.
Oh, God, I can smell it.
What is it, like a pickleback or?
It's spicy pickled flavored whiskey.
Yeah, so like a pickleback.
Can you not smell this?
No, I cannot smell this.
Oh, I can smell it, and it smells awful.
Give it away.
It smells right rank.
Sorry about the accents. I really wish. Like my
I feel ashamed a little bit. I tried it.
I feel no shame ever.
Oh, that's so. You know what? I'm proud of you, but me at last.
I'm gonna feel terrible after I take this, though. To a wicked pickle.
I believe in you.
All right. Oh.
I don't believe it's that bad.
It has all the. Oh my god! There's just layers of things that you should not be putting your mouth in there. And I've put a lot of funky things in my mouth, but
I'm so. That reaction is so dramatic.
Oh my god! It's like
either you're a sissy.
I might be.
Or it's pretty bad, and I'm so curious.
What's
it? Okay, all right.
It's like they didn't want to commit to any particular flavor. Like at first, it's kind of whiskey, and then it's kind of pickly, but it's not even like necessarily spicy. Like it's like they put just it's like they put just a little bit of like cayenne pepper in here with. It's just. And then it just tastes like vomit. It tastes like I ate a bunch of pickles and popcorn at the movie theater and then got drunk and puked. And then I decided, you know what? I'm going to save this vomit for the morning and I'm going to take a shot of it.
So it tastes like a good time.
No. It tastes like all the regrets that you've ever had after a party and a movie. It tastes like we went and watched Sucker Punch again. This is what Sucker Punch would taste like if you drank it.
See, nobody has forgiven me for taking them to watch Sucker Punch. Nobody liked it. Everybody, there was like when we went to see it, I think there was like maybe another like a couple in the theater with us, but it was just pretty much us.
Well, Maverick liked it.
Yeah, I made him watch it because I was like, "Tell me." I told him that like it was a thing, and every time somebody would mention that movie, everybody would punch me because they were like, I just remember it seriously felt like almost like a sitcom moment where after the movie, everybody just stopped and stared and turned and looked at me. And I just sat there and I was like, I know, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, and I was like, it had all the stuff in it though. Like,
to be fair, from the previews, I thought it was going to be something more. I think the movie's premise and everything had ideas. I just don't think they succeeded in what the idea of the film should be. And then I think trying to dumb it down to be a PG-13 was a mistake too.
Yeah.
I feel like that movie was meant to be a lot more violent than it was. And should have went for the full R rating.
Definitely.
Because it did feel like they pulled it back a little bit. They just pulled in. But either way, Sucker Punch was a flavor. This is it.
I just remember you going, what? And then the couple in front just laughing so hard. And like,
yeah.
Everybody was like, I mean, there was probably like maybe 6 of us tops in the theater. But yeah. We were all in agreement.
Everybody was pretty much like, what the hell did we just watch? Oh, but it is Pride Month, so if you notice, I tried to get my collar into the Pride flag colors. I'm not sure if it's fully coming through on camera, but I hope it looks nice. The only thing that sucks is I'm still not used to wearing these collars because, being a reverend is a new thing for me, yet I'm trying to adjust. I'm not fully there yet. I'm not used to wearing not being used to choke like this in a non-regular way.
Does it bug people when I smoke on the thing? Because I don't know if it's bad or not. Should I not do it?
It doesn't matter.
I've just gotten so used to smoking, like now that I'm vaping.
You're not.
I'm so used to smoking wherever I want, whenever I want, that I kind of got.
I don't think anybody notices you're vaping. It becomes
I just don't know if it's annoying, like
Yeah.
in any sensibility.
You're not the first person to vape on a stream.
I know.
Ugh.
I aim to please them.
But yes, Wicked Pickle. If you like Sucker Punch, maybe you'll like Wicked Pickle. But actually, you know what this kind of reminds me of? If Nicolas Cage was a flavor.
Oh my god. I would love to drink me some Nicolas Cage. I would get so fucked up on Nicolas Cage, dude.
I don't know why this made me think of it, but this is what... Yes, to sum this all up, it is terrible. I mean, so when I was at Kelly Liquor, the guy went and grabbed and said, oh, you know what? I'm going to throw this one in here. It is absolutely terrible. It's the worst thing he's ever tasted in his entire life. And I'm like, okay. Nicholas is a treasure, but it's very intense. And he's in a lot of bad movies. So
I think you would save Nicolas Cage for either a time when you're really sad and depressed, maybe about to write a book or something, or when you just want to get fucked up, like
I don't know,
insanely just drunk.
It's just I don't know, man. There's so many thoughts that come through my mind with this.
I like Nicolas Cage. I think either really sad or really happy.
I think Nicolas Cage is beloved, but like this is at least like 75% of all of Nicolas Cage's movies rolled up in a shot.
Every time I see those pictures of Nicolas Cage as Superman, I just die laughing. Like I just wish it happened so bad. Like
Clips the Gowd is he's got a serious question for us. All right. So if you take one Twizzler out of the pack and eat it, but you have another pack and you take out, wait, hang on. Put that up there. So if you take one Twizzler out of the pack and eat it, but you have another pack and you take one out of that, right? And replace when you ate, are you really eating any Twizzlers at all? Like, are you always replacing the Twizzler? I don't know. I'm just drunk, I guess.
You take one.
Well, first off, if you're drunk, you came to the right place.
Do you have another Twizzler and you put it back in the pack? Is that what that said?
Technically, yes. I mean, you're not depleting that particular. Oh, and Maverick is offended because it's a Red Vines family. I'll say true. Red Vines has a better flavor than Twizzlers, I think. But either way, it cannot be an infinite unless your magical mutant power was creating vines. But then you also broke the seal of that particular.
That question broke my mind.
Snack.
There's this one show that was on Adult Swim, and I can't remember what it's called. And it was like a claymation thing. And it was kind of goofy and kind of dark. But I feel like that's a perfect scenario for that show. Just like a person.
Are you talking about the one kid that's a super Christian?
No, not Moral Oral. I'm thinking of like, it was called The Shining Truth, I think is what it was called. And it's kind of like this crazy thing, and it's kind of goofy, but it's also really dark and like weird. Like
the one kid's dad beats him for being not Christian and stuff like that.
Are you thinking of Moral Oral?
Oh yeah, I am thinking Moral Oral.
It's not Moral Oral. It's a whole thing. It's pretty dark and crazy, but I feel like that's a question for that show. I can just see a man like in this factory and he's just like eating a Twizzler from a pack, and then over here there's like all these thousands of Twizzlers.
Oh, his dad spanks for being too Christian. Thank you for the correction.
I don't know. Anyway, Shining Truth is pretty.
I feel like as long as you're replacing the Twizzler, that Twizzler still comes from somewhere, so it's not necessarily infinite, unless, like I said, it's magical power and you're recreating that Twizzler magically. Or
you replace it by opening it.
yes,
Okay.
because the seal has been broken on 2-packs now. It's like when you have when you go to the store and you got go buy some aspirin or headache medication, and you have an older one and you're like, oh fuck, let's pour these last couple in here. I mean, it's still the same principle. Seals have been broken. As long as a seal or two has been broken, things are disappearing. That's just the way it goes.
So said the Reverend.
I don't know what that means.
I and oi.
Oi. All right. So now we need to move on to the next thing.
Are we gonna open one of these?
No, we haven't done Florida Man or Booze in the News.
Oh my god.
We got sidetracked by Twizzlers. Because Clips the dog is just trying to avoid the fact that he's got a Twizzler problem. So now this is going to become an intervention for Clips's Twizzler problem.
I mean,
Look, man, face it. You have an addiction. It's okay. It's okay. We all have our weaknesses. We do. And you know what? There may or may not be a deity that will forgive you. And you may or may not have to confess your sins. I don't know. I don't speak for the guy. But either way.
Unless you do.
Yeah, unless I do. I don't know. I'm not sure how this works. I'm a new reverend. I'm figuring this out. And either way, I'm an Orthodox agnostic. And we're going to drink ourselves into and out of an existential crisis. That is the goal of this podcast. And we'll be doing it every Monday at 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Please join us. Bam. Ooh. Promotion. Now, on to the Florida Man. This is a recent Florida Man. This happened today. Today in Florida.
Nice.
A Florida man. Oh, shit. That's not the right one. Oh, shit. Where'd it go?
I know what it was.
Oh, that's the Bear on the Beach one. Oh, shit. I forgot to save it. Either way, my bad. I fucked that up. But a Florida man got headbutted by an alligator and was knocked unconscious. Now, you ask yourself, how did this Florida man get headbutted by an alligator and was knocked unconscious? Well, it's simple. All the professional wrestling right now is located in Florida because during this pandemic, Florida was the one state that didn't really quite give in, and I think Vince McMahon might have bribed the governor to allow professional wrestling to be considered an essential business. So professional wrestling, you got AEW down there, you got WWE's down there in the Performance Center. Now I think they're in some other stadium. They got their Thunderdome. So all this professional wrestling located in one hub of the United States is creating this large bubble of professional wrestling fever. And it's just getting more and more out of control. And the alligators can sense it. And, Double or Nothing just happened. People were super excited. I mean, it was a great show. And the alligator just could not contain himself. He climbed up to the top rope and he could not help it. And bam! Headbutt to Joe Schmo. That's his ring name. Bam! Out cold. And, it's this anomaly. It's like, Bermuda Triangle's not that far from Florida. I mean, I think it encompasses part of Miami. And the paranormal activity that has just encompassed the area has just flooded all these alligators. They can't help it. They're dropping elbows. They're doing DDTs. I mean, they're doing moonsaults. It's just getting out of control. Somebody needs to wrangle these alligators. It's mind-blowing. And this poor Florida man was just heading down to the local Piggly Wiggly, just trying to pick himself some wine and get some meth from the back room. And next thing you know, bam, alligator headbutt, out cold. It was diving headbutt. He unfortunately was influenced by Chris Benoit, and things just went off the rails.
What about his family, though? Are they okay?
We don't talk about that.
Oh, all right. Okay, well,
And he's not getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. It's just, things are out of control, man. Will somebody please think of the children?
I think, okay, here's my take on it. One of my biggest fears is being eaten by an animal because I don't want to be shit. Like, while I'm alive.
Okay.
Like,
okay, Silent Bob.
put me into the earth,
All
eat
right,
me
Kev.
when I'm dead, but if I'm eaten alive, I don't want to be shit. That idea does freak me out. It's kind of a respect thing. The idea that I was turned into shit. Like, oh,
Well, I just want
it's a really big diss to really, I feel like you do that to your enemies. But I think it would also be pretty damn low for an animal not to eat you and just, boom, headbutt. If an animal just fucking headbutts you, like that's when a human headbutts you, you're like, that's a pretty big sign of disrespect and lack of caring for your own dome. It's just kind of like stupid. Like it's definitely not throwing down a glove,
Yes.
So if an animal was to headbutt me instead of eat me, I'd also go, that's pretty low. That animal thinks that's so dick. Low of me. And I think that's what happened here. This crocodile or alligator was like, fuck you. I'm going to headbutt you, knock you out, and then he probably just swam away, and then World Star,
World Star!
So that's what I think happened. I offered one. It wasn't super great. I love the idea of, I don't know. I don't even know what you call all that. I'd say yours is better.
Well, I mean,
more imagination.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Yours.
Your triangle, professional wrestling, it's all there.
Mine
it's all the important things that you need out of life. It really is. And Maverick and Clips got a whole little debate going on here between Twizzlers and
Red Vines to me are candy where, like, if somebody has them, I'll eat them, and they offer them to me. But I'm not searching for Twizzlers or Red Vines.
And Clips doesn't want to be shit either.
Yeah, I think for the most part, it's like, I understand, like, world take me, but please don't fucking have an animal eat me alive and then shit me out.
And Maverick's being dramatic.
I'm down. Stop.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
I think everybody in here is too good to be turned into shit while they're alive.
Agreed. In the chat, watching us on the YouTubes, in this room, the whole lot. And besides that, most animals eat you ass first. And I'm just saying, nobody needs to die ass first. Now, just being eaten ass, that's a whole different story. But being eaten and dying ass first is no way to go.
I like the idea of, like, you can eat neck first, but if it's like, you grab me by the neck and I'm like, oh shit, and I'm in shock, and then you go straight to my ass.
Hey, what's going on there?
It's a little bit much. I'd rather you didn't, sir. Yeah. Hey, get back here. Eat my face, you son of a bitch. I'm saving that for marriage.
Well, at least you have morals or standards or something.
Okay, where are we?
All right. We're about to move on to the next segment. But before we move on to the booze and the news, we are going to break into the MD 2020. Let's do Island Pineapple. And once again, MD stands for Mogen David, not Mad Dog 2020, which we've all been led to believe. It's quite shocking. Mogen David is actually a kosher wine. But they started making the fortified wines. A lot of fortified wines came from back in the day, Prohibition, everything. It was basically higher concentrated wine, tastes like trash. They overflavored it, and that's where it is. But yes, Mad Dog's where it is, and honestly, they've bought into it because they got the little bulldog right there on the label now. So bam, they took ownership of what they really are. And honestly, Mad Dog 2020 sounds better than Mogen David 2020. I mean, no offense.
Rather get drunk with some Nicolas Cage than Mogen David, honestly.
You didn't try Nicolas Cage. Him and his spicy pickle.
I'll have to sometime because that was quite a reaction.
Oh, you know what? I'll get some more and I'll make sure you get it.
Well,
to the kosher malt beverage. It tastes just like their fortified wines with carbonation. Tastes a little funky, but then not terrible.
it's better than a Four Loko.
Oh, definitely better than Four Loko any day. I'll take
Like,
this
it has-
over Four Loko any day.
It has the malty, like, you know, that kind of Four Loko-y taste, but it's not as like hate yourself. You know?
Yes. Four Locos, you know you're making a mistake from the moment you drink it. Mad Dog is still your friend.
But by the end of a Four Loko, you don't care.
That's true. Technically, by the middle of Four Loko.
Yeah, you buy them by the middle of Four Loko, you're just like, you know what?
Why you not even get to the middle? You're where you want to be.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Then you get
You're
to
on
the
for-
end. you're
Honestly, you
perfect.
know what I'm noticing? This has a very dull canned pineapple flavor
Yeah,
to it.
exactly. I was expecting it to be a stronger pineapple-y taste, and it's not, and I'm kind of thankful for it. I mean, I love pineapple stuff and pineapple juice stuff and canned pineapples. And just if it's pineapple, I like it. But like,
I'm honestly quite surprised at the real pineapple flavor that it's captured. I almost feel like I need to chew a little bit.
I almost wish I could chew a little bit.
I know. Let's go with some pineapples.
I'm not mad at this. I don't like normal Mad Dog 2020 because it's just a hangover. It tastes like a hangover as soon as it touches your lips. But this isn't that bad.
Yes.
You know, like probably a couple of these down, there's a hangover.
There's going to be a hangover coming.
But
There definitely is.
I'm not afraid of this one.
Oh, somebody just figured out Santa's not real.
No, Santa exists in the heart.
Yes, everything's real if you believe hard enough.
Or if you just, make it up as you go. So what they told you he was fake. All right?
Everything's real if you
But it's up to you to decide if you really want him to or not.
look. As long as you say it confidently enough, it's real. If you have that conviction, it's real.
With enough denial and enough
Enough denial and enough
anything is possible.
psychoactive substances, everything's real.
It's okay,
Oh.
buddy. You'll be fine.
I just burped up a pineapple pickle. That was not good. Oh, that was a horrible flavor that came up.
That's so scary, Justin. I'm so glad that I will not have that experience. It'll just be gin or whiskey.
Yeah, it was a pineapple. Ugh. 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 This is gonna be a rough podcast.
This is
Not
not-
much.
Yeah, for you. But these are really good. I'm actually shocked that these are really good.
These have. What happened? Oh shit! I thought I fucked something up, but I actually minimized the screen for a second. There, we're okay. I thought I fucking just shut down the stream. We're good.
And
we're
these are all separate, right? You buy them separate?
Yeah, they have them individually.
Because it's like sharing is key. So they believe so much in this product that they're like split it between two people. Because it says grab 2 glasses of ice, pour and pass one onto a fridge.
Yeah, honestly, I wish I would have realized this because I think we're gonna have drunker than we wanted to on this podcast.
Oh, I got so drunk last podcast.
The last 2 podcasts have been a little bit chaotic.
Good Lord.
All the liquor and everything. Oh my god, it's been crazy. Clips and Maverick look like they're having quite the debate in here.
It's
I don't even know where you're at, guys, but I hope you're enjoying your debate. Something talking about candies.
old folk candy.
Are you talking about candy corn? Yep.
Yeah.
I saw
That's
old
the
folk
ultimate.
candy.
Yeah,
I saw
butterscotch
Halloween, and then I
candy
immediately was
corn.
like, candy corn. That's bullshit. That is awful. The only thing worse than candy corn is circus peanuts. Ugh. Ugh. Gross. I'd rather have a Werther's Original any day because those are delicious. Dude.
My grandma had ribbon candy.
Oh, yeah. The ribbon candy. Some of them are okay, but a lot of ribbon candy are terrible.
It tastes like shit. Yeah.
I would say
And those are the ones that get left.
Yeah. there's like 3 or 4 flavors that are good. The rest are just awful. Werther's are dope. And those little strawberry candies. They're in the little strawberry wrappers and you got the goo in the middle. Those are good. Peeps are fucking terrible.
I don't know. I think I've had like maybe one peep in my whole life.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the taste.
I've had a couple of peeps and never once have I been like, ooh, I desire another one. Ugh. Fuck that. Fig.
I had a shirt that matched with my mom and my sister that said "Where the peeps at," and it had a peep on it.
Yes.
And I wore it to church with some culottes.
I remember that shirt.
Yeah,
I do remember that shirt.
that was our church matching outfits.
Where my peeps at?
Church day.
All my wrestling fans know. Oh God, I burped that pickle pineapple cayenne pepper funk. Oh, those burps are deep and gross. Ugh. 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 It kind of has a dirt flavor too.
No.
Like,
Well,
the
what
burp.
you're burping up?
the
Yeah,
burp
I
kinda
believe
has this
that.
like dirt flavor.
Quick, burp in my mouth. Let me get it. No, just kidding. This is an experience I am not having, so I'm like, I'm sure it does, dude.
Let's just make this podcast weird.
I don't know, for fun sometimes, you know. Sometimes I want to destroy from within, chaos, anarchy. Let's go. That's how I feel today. All right, we're talking about aliens.
We haven't gone there. We still got to get to the booze of the news, and then we can get to the UFOs. I've been on a UFO binge for weeks now.
Mhm.
Weeks. The booze of the news is going to be short, sweet, and simple. Okay. So, from multiple news sources that I found, that there's been discussion that Joe Biden wants to, or President Biden, ooh la di da, wants to offer beer to get your COVID vaccine. So you get a free beer with your COVID vaccines.
Well, I say, you know,
My thought is, because of our podcast that's on brand, you get, honestly, I feel like you should get 2 beers. One for the first shot, one for the second shot. Unless you're doing the Johnson & Johnson single shot, you should get a case of beer because it might give you blood clots.
yeah, I'm so afraid of that. And they're like, well, it's still worth it. And I'm just like, I'm a lady. They say it happens to ladies more than it would.
Ladies are already prone to blood clots, especially if you're on birth control and you smoke. Holy shit.
I'm just like, no.
Man, if you get the Johnson & Johnson, you're going to be a walking blood clot. So let's not do that.
Yeah.
But that's
And
true.
also,
Clips is saying it's natty. Maverick thinks it's natty. I don't honestly, they didn't specify which beer it is. I think
they
they're trying to
make.
figure it out.
I think they take a beer that's already made, but put it in a special can. So
Yes.
you don't know what it is. So it's special, like vaccine.
Vaccinated beer.
It'll probably taste like Bud Light. That's what I'm thinking. Something of that nature.
That it's true. it should be Corona. That would be the best thing Corona could do to save its image, because their sales took a huge hit. We actually recorded an episode at the beginning of the pandemic where we drank Corona, but never got released.
Right.
I don't remember why it never got released, but we never released it. It was before we were doing the live stream, but we did drink Corona just because we're cheeky folks here.
Probably because we decided it's not that cheeky. And also, I think things got a little bit more serious. And we were kind of also like, all right.
I don't remember what happened. But we thought about releasing it. We ended up not releasing it. I don't know.
But I did get to drink some Coronas, and that was lovely. It was a good time.
Extreme is in here. Oh, damn it. Hello, Extreme. And by the way, I totally forgot. Extreme had some whiskey for us to taste on the podcast. I was supposed to get it from him after work, and you know what? I fucking forgot. As soon as I started my car, I was like, I'm going to go home and lay down, and I forgot. It just happens. As soon, you get in that mode, you're like, oh, I'm going home, I'm passing the fuck out, and that's it. Okay, you forgot too. So it's not just all on me.
High fives for everybody.
Bam! To forgetting. Alzheimer's in the house. I know that might be too much. Oh, gonna have another back to the Red Vines Wizards debate. I'll let you guys get to your debate. Oh, Maverick's pulling the mod card. I think Extreme's a mod too.
Get it? Yeah. Mod up!
Mod battle!
No, I would say Twizzlers, Red Vines, they're both inferior candy.
Yeah, you're right. I think Extremes, yeah. You know what? I got people that are listed as things, and I forgot what they are. But you know what? I'll let you guys get to your debate.
Go on.
Go back to your Twizzlers and Vines debate. But either way, man, like,
as long as you all agree that black licorice is not it.
Yes. Can we, in the chat, can we agree that black licorice is not a good thing?
Extremist.
Well, I think it puts you as a VIP, Extreme. I mean, I don't know. I can change things around, but oh, that's right. Extreme is a black licorice guy. I forgot we had this discussion before, and I was appalled by your statement once again.
Let's get a blood test. I'm pretty sure that's how the zombie apocalypse starts.
Black licorice and hot cocoa? Probably. Clips? Or watch.
Actually, black licorice and hot cocoa, for some reason, I'm like, that seems like a weird one that might work.
I don't know. The only licorice flavor thing I enjoy is absinthe.
I don't enjoy that, though. But the extra sugar does help. Because you put some sugar cubes in that stuff and some ice cubes, right?
What?
In absinthe?
The way you do absinthe properly, you get your little absinthe glass and you feel the bottom. There's a little bowl at the bottom that's about 2 ounces, like a shot of absinthe. And then you get your absinthe spoon and you lay it over the top. And then on top of the absinthe, you get your sugar cube. And sometimes I'll get a torch and I'll kind of caramelize a little bit of the sugar, and then I will pour some ice water over the top.
How bougie! How bougie! First, you walked into a trap, sir. Queen bottom class right here. With caramelizing.
We're gonna be take this out because we ain't talking about booze in the news anymore. But if the government is giving free beer for vaccines,
are you gonna sign up to get a vaccine again?
Yes. I'll get all of them. and then I'll be able to levitate. So
Maybe.
maybe, I don't know. But either way, so why is everybody attacking me? I feel attacked. It's Pride Month, and I'm trying to be supportive. God
Yeah,
damn
but you
it!
took so much pride,
Oh.
and now you make your absinthe. I don't even know what kind of highfalutin.
But either
you
way,
would call
you
that.
can do it that way. But either way, you have your sugar cube, you got your absinthe, and you got your spoon, and then you drizzle some ice cold, just bottled water or whatever, just over the top.
Sorry,
It doesn't work.
That was bad.
And then
See, I'm already
as it
feeling
drips
this.
down, it creates the luge effect and turns this kind of crazy cloudy green.
I've had absinthe and
Okay, fine. I'll leave my torch at home for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. Yeah, torches and spoons are pretty bottom class with the heroin. Fuckers.
Dan is bottom class. Dan is
Oh.
bottom class.
Real quick here. So, stream, do you have an ice pack or a syringe? There's a story with this. So, as some of you may know, I work on an ambulance.
Mm.
And there was a character of probably lower than the bottom class. He seemed like a nice guy. Yes, I have to stay on the outside. All my patients right on the roof. But so this individual approaches me as we're sitting there for a standby for some SWAT team shenanigans, and he comes up to my window and he kind of like, hey, do you guys work for the hospital? And I'm like, well, not exactly. I mean, we're an ambulance, but we take you to the hospital. So, okay. Do you guys have like a first aid kit? And I said, well, technically we're a giant first aid kit. He's go, okay, all right. I'm called, sir, what is it you're trying to ask me? Do you want to go to the hospital? And he goes, oh, no. But I got this little and so he takes off his little slipper and he's got this little abrasion on his foot. Looks like it's, been walking a lot, whatever. And he said, yeah, do you guys have something to help me out with? I just need do you have like an ice pack or a syringe? And I was like, oh, wait, what? And I was like, oh, I might be able to give you an ice pack, but I can't give you a syringe. And he's like, oh, okay. So where can I get a syringe? And I was like, oh, look, man.
Wow.
I don't
I gotta appreciate him trying.
I do. I honestly, if he just came up and said, hey, bro, I need a syringe. Can you help me out? I'd have been like,
No.
I appreciate your honesty. I can't. But, and he's like, oh, where do you want to get one? I was like, oh, honestly, I don't know. I mean, I know some pharmacies have syringes, but you might need a prescription for it if you're diabetic. You might try it to the Department of Health. I know some places offer a clean syringe program. And he's like, oh, okay, all right. And I'm like, I mean, is there anything else I can do for you? He goes, no, I just need a syringe. I'm like, all right. And he just sauntered off into the darkness. I was like, all right, man.
I could see a world where he thought that would work.
I could. I mean, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care if you do heroin or whatever. And if I could have, I might have been like, oh, all right, here, have a syringe. Be on your way. Just don't overdose, please. But, he has his own life decisions. I have my life decisions. Whatever. But it was just the whole lead up to it. I was like, oh, bro, what is it that you're asking me? What are you asking me?
Yeah.
What are you asking me?
Can I have
Real
a
quick here.
syringe?
Roses are red, violets are blue. I don't always like that, but sometimes I do. All right. Clips is being very, very, very emotional. Are you okay, Clips? Are you handling? Are you handling out? Are you handling out?
Sure.
Are you handling life? Do you need an ice pack or a syringe? I said it wrong. Roses are red, violets are blue. It don't always be like that, but sometimes it do. Okay. Maybe I did say it wrong. My bad. My bad. I'll send you an ice pack. But yes, it was hilarious. He was like, "Oh, do you have an ice pack or a syringe?" I'm like, "All right, bro. We're on far different spectrums, man. We're on far spectrums.
Nice pack
Of,
or a syringe.
Ice pack or syringe. That's like that. You know, can't blame the guy for trying. It was a thing. It was a thing. So, ice packs for everyone. You get an ice pack. You get an ice pack. We all get ice packs. So don't hit Diane.
Yeah, the arm space has definitely changed.
Yes, the arm space has reduced with this this new setup here. But as we move along, we're gonna roll along to the UFOs. We are getting to UFO talk. We are getting to the UFO talk. All right. You're gonna ban me from my own channel. Bastard.
Ban him.
It's a mutiny. Muting my ass. So.
Sorry, I was thinking about running a mutiny. I was like, all right, there's at least 7 people watching. I know a couple of us could. It only takes 4 for this.
I may or may not have a deity on my side.
Yeah, that's true.
I am a reverend. You don't know. I don't know either. Don't make me smote thee. Or not. I don't know. I'll speak for the guy or gal.
I could maybe.
I don't know. I don't speak for Cthulhu. Technically, Cthulhu's not a god. He's actually a high priest in himself that brings on the destruction of the universe. But either way,
I don't know much about Cthulhu, but he's super cute.
that is true. He is adorable.
He's the cutest of the monsters.
It's just too bad the mind that created him is a terrible, terrible person.
It doesn't help that, like, well, maybe. It doesn't help. It doesn't help that, like, South Park. I always just think of cute little, like, Cartman and then cute little.
Yeah,
Coon.
that's
was
true.
it Coon Man? What was his name?
Yes.
The Coon
Man. Yeah, the Coon.
Coon Man. No. Could not.
He's got a Demi Lovato on her. You know what? She might be a demigod, She might be half. Yeah.
I honestly support you making fun of Demi Lovato. It's good to see. Because I really had a conversation where I'm like, when do we start treating her like Courtney Love, though?
Ooh.
Because, like, I'm kind of getting like, all right.
I feel like she's got a
like, I really want nothing but the best for her, but at some point we got to stop going, like, all right. How many times are we going to do this, Demi? You made a documentary this time, Demi, but next time we're not going to give you one. What happens next?
I mean, once she causes the suicide and or murder of a husband, then maybe we'll...
Oh. I have
Now, Demi Lovato is... That's a whole other thing. Britney Spears, 2007. She has had a little thing.
I don't know. The thing with Demi Lovato is it's always something. And I'm just like, I don't know. Having dealt with addicts in my life, I'm kind of at a point where I'm like, what are you doing, Demi? Like, how many times can we do this, Demi? Like, let's do the dance, but it's also like I'm gonna need to see some real efforts here.
I started. Now Clips and Maverick are going back at it again.
But also, I don't love Demi, but I mean, I'm just saying, I want the best for her, and I hope she gets the best, and I hope she does the best she can for herself, and all that stuff. But I do not care about Demi Lovato.
Speaking of weird things, UFOs.
Oh yeah, I bring on.
Okay, so I've been down this huge rabbit hole with the UFOs for a little while. I kind of go back and forth, and a lot of this is because I don't know if you realize this during the kind of the peak of the COVID stuff. The government just secretly released a lot of stuff saying that, oh yeah, we've been seeing lots of UFO sightings and everything else like that. And one of the videos they released is this one right here. So, well, let's go back to the screen. And so, oh, this is from Clips. This is from your show. Oh, damn. All right, man. You perfectly walked into this shit. Look at that. Look, man. First hand deployment. Clips is right there, man.
We would have marketed this better.
I know. If I would have known, we could have brought you in this shit.
Bought you a fucking Mogen David.
Yeah, I know.
With Highland pineapple.
Yeah, Jesus.
I really think this orange is going to be good based on the pineapple being good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because the orange has got to be decent.
But we'll get to the orange.
You can't really fuck up orange. Pineapple.
We get to finish it. But so the government's been talking about all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they're like, "Oh, hey, UFOs are real." They even did a 60-minute interview. They had a couple of different pilots. They've had people from the Pentagon and all the stuff starting to talk about that. They have been seeing different UFOs. They're not that some of them can be explained, some of them can't. They don't know what the hell it is. They can't explain it because one of the whole things is that the one that I showed you is Clips was there to experience it firsthand, which is pretty fucking impressive. I had no idea about this. So, I mean, that's fucking amazing. Clips, if you want to put your little experience in there, I'd appreciate whatever you realize from the situation. But they talked about, I guess, it had rotation and it was keeping the same pace as them, but there was no sign of propulsion or anything else. It was just hauling ass and then just boom, it's gone. And then it brings me to the whole other experience that I had, which is another video. So this came out of Florida, and this is from somebody's drive cam.
What the was that?
And so, if you remember, just a few months ago, I had seen like this weird green orb kind of fly across the sky, almost exactly the same as the Florida one. The only difference with the one in Florida is they said they heard a loud, like, boom and everything else like that. And I didn't experience any of that when the orb went past us, and it didn't come in a straight down motion. It went kind of sideways. Hang on, let me use it. So Clips was saying, I legit called my grandpa when we got to Dubai. They showed us the video. It was listed. The pilots got taken off the ship and sent to somewhere we don't even know. Oh, damn. Wow. But yeah, so that orb, that it was the one in Florida is being, they're saying that it was a meteor, and maybe it was because they were saying they heard a loud boom and all this stuff, and it shook multiple houses. It could have been, but when I was in Alamo, we were leaving a transfer, and we just left the guy's house. We're cruising up the road. Extreme was there. I don't know if you're still in the chat, but he had seen just part of it too, because we had just turned the corner, and I caught out of the corner of my eye, and it just kind of floated down, and then I could see kind of this green flash just on the other side of the mountain. There was no boom. There was no explosion. There's no craziness. It was just this green orb that just came down, and it was just this flash, and then never heard nothing more about it. It's crazy as shit. It was looked almost exactly the same as the Florida one. This Florida one had kind of that blue glow. Ours was like a green orb, like emerald green, almost this green, but glowing.
Sammy sent me videos of people of things in the sky.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, and I guess a lot of people like posted them in the like Las Cruces like community whatever thing, on Facebook. Aliens. Like, honestly, like
Clips is abandoning us. Good night, Clips. I appreciate you popping in here.
Nate Bargatze has a joke about it that aliens they officially admitted that aliens exist in 2020 or 2021, and everybody just like, who cares? Like,
That's true. That's the one thing is like,
we're all like, we don't give a shit. We just went through a pandemic, and I'm like, that's perfect timing.
But
for aliens to come out,
but
like, who cares? We just
once again, that brings me to the point. Why is the government all of a sudden discussing all this stuff now?
I don't know. Just do it already, though. Rip the Band-Aid off. I love the idea of being a part of, like, I mean, God knows when I'll die, but like the idea of like being a part of when they finally just let aliens exist and everybody went, who gives a shit? Like, I love that idea because it's like, I've been watching Stargate SG-1, like I'm almost at the end and I'm so sad about it because I love Stargate so much, but just the alien thing, and it's always like, don't let it get out, and it's always just like, I love the idea of it finally getting out and everybody's just like, I don't care,
it doesn't matter anymore.
All right, I have to wear a stupid mask when I go places. Like, I love the idea of just everybody being like, man, I got this other thing to worry about, who cares? Like,
although I do think if an alien spaceship was to land on the White House lawn, a la the day the Earth stood still, I think people would take notice.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, yeah, I think, but I also think that there is a part, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like the youth are definitely more into the idea that, like, yeah, probably something exists. And I think that, like, further we get away from whatever, we're all just going to believe they exist, whether they do or not. Like, I think that's a possibility that people will just be like, yeah, probably, who cares? And then, like, unless they come here.
That's true.
Who cares? Like, I don't know. I'm not, I don't know. My only concern is that we do not turn it into Mars Attack. That's my biggest fear, because I'm also afraid we'll either be Mars Attack or we'll be fucking, what's that one with the blue cats? What's the one with the blue cats? Avatar? Avatar?
No, Avatar, we invaded their planet.
Exactly.
Well, I mean-
that's what I'm saying. They're opposites.
Oh, yeah.
Mars Attacks comes here. We're all like, oh, must have been a misunderstanding. Boom. Or we're the people who's just like, we're gonna like be on the
Gonna try to
Attack
get some
first.
unobtainium.
yes. And then we'll just be like fucking shit up as we go. Like,
To
I
be
feel
honest,
like those are my biggest fears when it comes to aliens.
Honestly, for a second, I thought you were talking about Evolution,
Yeah.
the movie with
That was amazing, and I don't even know what it's
oh,
about.
that was Dan Aykroyd. He produced that film.
Did you know?
Yeah, he produced it.
Is this the one with Natalie Portman? Is that what we're talking about?
Maybe,
No.
but it had
I'm thinking of a different thing, I think.
no. Who the hell was in that movie now? I can't think of who was in it. But Evolution. I keep wanting to say David Duchovny, but that was X-Files. It was.
Oh, you're talking.
I think it was
okay.
Luke.
I'm thinking
I think
of
it was Luke
Annihilation.
Owen
That's
and-
what I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah, Annihilation was a whole different situation. No, not
Cats.
not giant spiders. And what the hell was that one called? But no, we're not
Eight-legged
talking
freaks.
Eight-Legged Freaks. Yeah, we're not talking Eight-Legged Freaks. No, Evolution. It was honestly, it was Luke Owen and the guy from the Sprite commercials or 7-Up commercials.
I have no clue who that is, but I like that's who he.
But no, there was
We
like
s- we
there was a
haven't even
meteor that
tapped-
struck.
Have we tapped into this?
I opened my mouth and drank it.
Okay, because
But no, there was like a meteor that struck the
feeling pretty
Earth,
nice.
and then like lots of different little creatures slowly started to develop, and they like evolution happened very quickly. It went from like simple creatures, and there was like a blue weird creature that snuck into somebody's house, and they had to kill it, and then it turned into apes, and they were like evolving like very rapidly. Ugh, I just tasted pickle again.
was that our cousin?
What?
Clips?
Clips?
Yeah.
Holy shit, yes.
Okay. I
Yes,
was sure.
Jesus Christ.
I was sure.
Yes.
I mean, I wasn't sure, but I was sure.
Oh. Strong work, Diane.
Double checking, motherfucker. One island pineapple almost down, and I guess we
Yeah,
had
mine's
2
almost
shots,
done.
but I'm feeling fantastic.
Yes. I've got quite the buzz going. That's why everything's been extra off the rails. That's not extra off the rails. I think last
No,
two
this
podcasts went-
is normal off the rails.
Yeah, we're normally slightly off the rails. Because I had this whole presentation that I had gathered together in my head. And I was going to talk about other UFO stories and everything else. There's like, because also in Socorro, there was a state trooper that it was Lonnie Zamora, that he was out on patrol. He was actually in pursuit of somebody speeding when he had seen a UFO come across. Well, actually saw a bright glowing light. So he stopped. He's like, well, what the hell is that? So he stopped to look, and then he saw something off in the distance. He thought it was like an overturned car. So he went out there to see. And what was some weird kind of craft with 4 legs down on the ground, like landing gear. And as he got closer, he saw 2 either small adults or large children, as he described, kind of walking away. They heard a loud noise like cars' door slamming, and they looked back, and the 2 creatures were gone. And then he heard a loud roar, and he could see like a fire, like a jet stream come out from the bottom of the craft and lifted into the air and then just shot across the sky. And it was this whole there was a whole investigation. There was the FBI was involved, the Air Force, and the Air Force actually released 2 different stories. One to the paper saying that was nothing, and then the one once it was later declassified was more of an alarm, confusion, saying that he saw something. We're not sure what it is. And when they were investigating the photos, you could see like some burnt foliage below it, and then even like where the landing gear was pressed into the ground, there was like glass, like it was pretty much some of the sand had turned to glass from the extreme heat and pressure of the craft sitting on top of the ground.
Mhm.
And then eventually they kind of made it out to where he made it up or he was crazy, and there was a lot of stuff happened. And when he died in 2000, I think it was 2009 when he passed away from a heart attack, people of Socorro, I guess he was constantly being harassed and quit talking about trying to convince people of the UFO that he had seen, because people were calling him crazy and being harassed. He was getting like calls in the middle of the night and all this other stuff. But
Aliens.
one of the last words he said, it was one of the scariest things he ever experienced in his life. He said, as a police officer get involved in a shootout, you know, it's scary and it's traumatizing, but you realize that once it's over, it's over. But he said with this situation, he doesn't know if it was ever over, and it was the scariest thing he ever experienced his entire life.
Aliens.
Aliens are a bitch.
So, has there ever been a point in your life where you ever thought you were abducted or you met some?
No, I can't say they have.
I had one dream once where I woke up and I went, if there ever was a time that I probably could have been abducted by aliens and shit happened and I was put back in my bed, I was like, it was after this dream.
It was that moment, exactly.
Yeah. Because it was one of those dreams where you feel the pain of everything that's happening. And I was in this like thing, and there were like these aliens, and then like they put me in this thing, did some stuff, and then they like flung me up in the air, and my body kept contorting like I was in some sort of wind thing, but it was crumpling my body and contorting it at the same time. And I could feel everything. Like it wasn't like so much that like it was breaking, but I could feel everything bending in my body. And then Joey Diaz showed up. And he just was like, hey. And I woke up. And I woke up in my bed. And I just remember being like, that was so scary. That scared the shit out of me. And just being like, if I've ever been abducted by aliens, it was right then. And then Joey Diaz saved my life.
I would say thank you, Hi, You're Beautiful, for giving us a subscribe. I like the name. Hi, You're Beautiful. You're always going to compliment immediately every time somebody says your name. That is good strategy. You are genius. Bam.
Hi, you're beautiful.
But I would say the closest I've had is I've had a couple of dreams every once in a while where like I feel like I've entered multiple parallel universes in my sleep where I embodied myself in those other universes. I think I talked about those ones before on a podcast or a stream, where I fell asleep and it was just like I went through these multiple dimensions of myself being in these different locations. Some of them were like, one of them I was in a spacecraft fighting off some sort of a threat, and you were there, and I remember both of us were part of some kind of.
Was I badass?
Oh yeah.
Was I wearing leather?
You had a scar on your face and everything.
Fuck yeah.
And we were talking about having to go and take control of this other spacecraft, and some shit was going down. I know there was some sparks flying, there was explosions. And then as we were coming through the plan, I realized that this is not my particular universe. And as I realized that's not my universe, suddenly I flung back to another universe. And then I was myself in a different location. And once again, I think this time it was me and my kids, and we were just driving down the road, and we were talking about something.
So you
But-
abandoned me in a universe by myself.
No, I was the me that me was still there,
Mm-hmm.
but I was in. It was
Okay.
me from this dimension was there in your dimension, and I realized I was in the wrong dimension when I think there was an explosion happened, and then I realized, wait, this isn't where I belong. This isn't my Diane. And then all of a sudden, bam, I was in this next dimension. And I was talking to the kids, and we're talking about something else. I'm trying to remember the whole story, but I want to say there was something that struck a chord in that one, and I realized it was in the wrong dimension. And then, cause I just remember just being like multiple different little stories, but the last one that sunk in the deepest for me which was probably the closest to this particular dimension that I live in now. I was with the fire department, and we were away in a hotel room for a conference, right? So we're in this conference, and as we're in this conference, I realized this isn't my dimension. I don't work with this fire department. I work with this department. And I started talking to him. I said, something doesn't feel right. Why am I here? I don't work with you guys. And he said, no, you're a lieutenant. And I'm like, oh, wait, what are you talking about? And it was different people from the fire department that I do know. And it was this whole thing. And just as I was saying stuff, I sounded crazy as fuck in this. Because I remember as I realized I'm not in the right dimension, I was saying the things that I said. They looked at me like, are you okay? And then the moment that I realized I was in the wrong dimension, next thing you know, I woke up in my bed going, fuck, how many lives did I ruin in other dimensions? Because I realized I was in the wrong spot. And then just a few weeks ago, I had a very similar dream in that same kind of realm where I remember I was asleep. And then I remember falling asleep, and then suddenly I kind of woke up. And I remember being in this terrible car accident. And I remember actually CPR being done on me.
Mm-hmm.
And then waking up in the hospital, I remember being in a wheelchair and talking to people that I work with. And they're talking to me about what happened. And then I remember going through rehab and going through this whole life situation.
Rehab.
Yeah, I remember going through like the rehabilitation, like because I was injured and had cardiac arrest. Not
I
drug
went to
rehab.
rehab because
No, not
Matt
drug
finally wore off.
Not drug
Oh, that was
rehab,
too much.
but like physical rehabilitation. I remember going through the whole situation, and then as I was getting better, and people were, being like, "Hey, you still feeling okay?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I'm doing okay." And the next thing you know, I remember something happening to one of my kids, and I don't remember the whole details, but it was traumatizing. I woke up crying, and then that was it. And I was back in my universe.
That's some shit.
Yeah. And it was
what-
like, it was so realistic. Like I felt like I traveled through these multiple dimensions and experienced those emotions as myself, but in a slightly different reality. Like each reality felt close to mine except for the spaceship one. That was probably but that was like the furthest one out. And I remember like experiencing that one, and it slowly kept backing down. And it kept backing down until I ended up back in my reality. It was the most vivid dreams I've ever had. Ever.
Okay. Would you want an alien to be a humanoid? Okay, which would impress you more? A humanoid alien or an alien not of what you've seen? I mean, grays included.
I mean,
Because I guess the most talked about forms of aliens are giants, grays.
yeah, you have the grays, which are
and,
apparently like 3 or 4 foot tall, and the green tall ones are supposed to be like 10 foot tall.
Well, like there's ones that they say that look like more like Nordic,
Oh,
like tall blonde haired giant like
I'm not familiar
white folk.
with that one.
Yeah.
I've heard of the grays and then like the green ones that are super tall. And those are kind of the main ones you hear about. And every once in a while, you have some other
But
reptilian stuff
if
thrown in.
aliens existed and they showed up on the planet and they looked just like you, wouldn't there be like? Because I talked about this, I think, with the boyfriend before. I might be a tad bit disappointed. Just like, oh, we're just like a different sect of human. Meh, that's no fun. I would like aliens to be friendly, but I'm also not. Like,
Well-
if it's just like, hey, we met.
One of the questions I have.
If it's Stargate, is there a part of you that goes like,
Well, there's that pickle taste again. Oh, it's terrible. One of the things I have thought about in this whole situation, Maverick just wants to be blown up by an alien, like Independence Day. But my thought is maybe some of these things that we're hearing about from these abductions are different races of aliens. Maybe some of them are actually have.
yeah, but would you be disappointed though if they were just people?
If they were just
People.
like it was us from the future.
No, just us.
Oh, just us? Yeah, I'd be
Like
disappointed.
they just live on a different planet and they come here, they got the same kind of bullshit we got.
Well, I'm
They're
sure that,
like
I'm sure there's
we
plenty
got
of
a
those,
little
too.
bit of different stuff, sure, baby.
Maybe some have like a jewel on their forehead.
Yeah, somebody managed to get here and like some shit like that. Wouldn't it be like, wouldn't you just be like, oh man, like it's the same shit, different planet? Like, wouldn't that be like,
Well,
wouldn't that just be like, wouldn't part of you just be like, okay, so aliens exist? Like even now I'm like, so okay, aliens exist. Like we all kind of thought, even if you don't believe in the science or like the whatever that would maybe support those theories, but it's just kind of like, yeah, there's probably something out there. Based on what I've been taught in elementary school, there's probably something out there. I mean, the universe is vast, like, and then
Very
you
true.
finally meet them, and they're just like, yeah, your government's been chilling with them for a while, all this stuff. It's like, oh, so it's old news. I would feel like it's old news. Like, I guess that they basically said aliens do exist and all this stuff, and I'm like, cool. What do you got? What's going on? Don't introduce me with that shit unless you got shit to say. Like, come on.
That's true.
And I'm just like, oh, if it's just another group of us, then it's kind of like, oh.
There's
Here we
just
go.
more people like us.
If it's like some gray aliens or something, I mean, I can at least go like, ooh, look at that.
Oh, that's different.
But whatever happens, I'm just like, yeah, well, if you've been interacting, I don't care. Already been like, I've already done this COVID shit. Like, aliens, bring it on! I'm bored.
I go, we need new excitement in our life. Come on. Well,
What's next?
you know my random theory that I mentioned before, because you had the COVID might have been just a little sprinkling of viruses from the planet, because it's like, they can't just come down here. They saw War of the Worlds. They can't just come down here into our environment. They got to kind of slowly terraform our world so it's safe for them to land.
I like to believe that Kurt Russell and Richard Dean Anderson are in on the aliens.
Why Kurt Russell?
Yeah, because he's the original Jack in I think it's Kurt Russell, right? Stargate, the movie.
Oh yes.
Kurt
yes.
Russell, and then the MacGyver.
Oh yeah.
Richard Dean Anderson is my favorite.
So they're the two that really know what's going down.
I used to watch MacGyver all the time, and then he got on Stargate, and I was just like,
Perfect. Symmetry. I don't know why I had symmetry, but it is. Let's try this orange. Ooh, it smells very orangey. I just got.
we haven't even drinking any of this, and I'm already feeling like
I
buzzed.
know. I'm feeling pretty
I'm
super
like-
buzzed. We still got 10 minutes left.
Cool. Chug, 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 chug.
This does not have the real orange flavor like that has in the pineapple flavor.
Okay.
This has the Kool-Aid orange flavor. But it is tasty.
Yeah, it does taste like Crush.
And I definitely have to say, this podcast I intended to be get less of a buzz than I did got from the previous podcast. But unfortunately, here we are.
Oh my God, these are good. These are good.
These are
guys. These are good.
These are probably
How much are they?
they were $1.99 at Kelly Liquor.
$1.99.
$1.99.
I mean, sure, factor in the shots. 2 shots.
2 shots,
I'm pretty.
a sip of this and that. Wherever you want to be, this will take you there.
Yeah, I really thought I was going to get super drunk.
But don't drink and drive. Be safe. And if you're an alien, don't fly and drink.
Don't beam.
Unless you get some sort of autopilot system. I don't know how spaceships work.
Yeah, don't tell aliens how to do their thing.
That's true.
Probably.
If you want to share some information, if you're an alien out there and you're hovering around and you're picking up the signal, if you want to jump into this chat, I mean, we'd appreciate it. You know, just a little like interrupt the signals, say something, you know, help us out. Be like, oh, hey, I'm an alien. What up, bros? You know,
That's
what's up,
where
fools?
I would have somebody take over my Twitch stream, which is Space Cowgirl Wise. And I would,
That was, yeah, it was.
yeah. And I would have somebody just type some shit. I'm like, you led for something to happen, but nothing will happen.
I know, but nothing happened. But you know, I'm open for a conversation with an alien. I would like to get into some sort of a dialogue with you guys. You know, have a discussion, talk about universal politics, because I assume there's very much like a Star Wars kind of situation where you have like a republic or something going on. I feel like there's a lot more beyond us. I feel like we're very simple, a very simple life form compared to a lot of aliens out there. I mean, look at us. We're still very primal. We're just fucking and killing each other for no reason. Not necessarily in that order. Sometimes, you know, we're very ape-like still. You know. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I don't know where I was going with this. It was just a random stream of consciousness that just kind of flown out. But if you're an intelligent space creature, you know, hit me up. You know, DM me. DMs are open on Twitch, you know, on the Twitter machine. We have, you know, we have our all social medias right here. If you want to come check us out, we're here for you. You know, just be like, hit us up. Be like, oh, hey man, I'm an alien. I want to talk about some stuff, and you know, I want to reveal some secrets of the galaxy. You know, email me, DM me. All my social medias are right there. PericoProductions.com. It's all there.
Aliens.
Hit me up. You know, I'm just saying. I'm down for whatever. let me hear,
down for
your
whatever.
information. I mean, yeah, I'm down for whatever. Just hit me up. Hit me up.
Yo.
Give me the bling bling, little ring a ding ding, jingle jangle. I don't know what that means, but hey, I'm here for you. Bam, the Reverend JP is here for you. Need some spiritual consultation. I may or may not have answers. Maybe you got the answers. I don't know. You've been around longer than I have. I mean, I've been around on this planet for 37
Justin's
years.
the Ori. Sorry, I've been watching so much Stargate. He's the Ori. Get out of here. Aliens, leave him alone. Do not go.
No, whatever's, man. Just, hit me up. Hit me up. DMs are open. I might have gotten a bunch of weird shit from this. But you know what?
I would.
I'll sift through it, and if you got something interesting to say, I'll hit you up. Maybe you can be on the show. I don't know. Whatever. Whatever.
Does it? Okay. My question is, does it bug you that there's already established, like the idea is that there's already been an established relationship between whatever aliens are here
and our government? Yes, it
Yeah.
bothers me significantly.
I don't think it does.
What?
For me,
It bothers me. I feel like
I'm okay with it. Like, because it's here. Like, to me, I'm just like, to me, it feels like I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Either do it or don't, but don't give me all this bullshit about shit flying in the sky. I don't care. Either drop some information or don't, but I feel like you're just dilly-dallying or you're making shit up. So I need you to either decide these aliens and you're not fucking up as bad as you thought you were, or I think y'all are, because to me it's like stupid. Everything's so stupid. If aliens, a part of me is like, I almost don't believe aliens exist because they're releasing it at such a weird time. Like, sorry, that's conspiracy theory Diane talking, but like part of me is just like, okay, and now you want us to worry about aliens too? Yeah, okay, whatever. But then if an alien actually comes down and talks or does some shit, I'm just gonna be like, at this point, I don't care. Just do it.
I got a couple
Mars
questions.
Attack, or
They don't.
what's the other one I said? Avatar. I feel like those are our options because we can't do in between.
Oh, pickle burps.
Still?
Yeah, dude. Like every time I burp, Nicolas Cage comes from deep below. Or what else did I compare it to? It said, "This is what Nicolas Cage will taste like," or it's rough. If an alien comes and visits me, I got two questions for him. One, what's up with the anal probes? Is that a thing? Are we getting down with that? I don't know.
I imagine there's so many types of probes because, like, if you go, like, I mean, you work in the medical profession. I think an anal probe is one thing they do to a certain group or for certain tests. Like I would not be shocked. I mean, we do anal probing, so I'm not shocked that they do either.
I mean, if you're milking that prostate,
yeah. I mean, we
that.
get up the butt to check some stuff, so I'm sure they're like, oh, we need to check this in their anuses.
True.
And sometimes, I don't know, you might get the wrong alien who's just like, buttholes from a different universe. Fuck yeah. I don't know how they're governed. They probably got a few people out there that are suspicious as fuck. Like,
That's true. I mean, not everybody has high moral standards. Some people have more low moral standards. And some people just like butt stuff. I'm not saying that's a high or low moral standards. People like butt stuff. Aliens might like butt stuff.
Certain aliens like butt stuff, and I
don't know.
I feel comfortable saying that as a fact. Certain aliens love butt stuff.
Is it a consenting butt stuff? That's the question.
Well, no, if they beamed you up, Scotty, without the.
If they beat me up and like, oh, hey, are you into butt stuff? I'd be like, oh, depends.
You're like, obviously, meh, take it or leave it. They're like, all right, we'll see you in a bit.
Let's talk about this. What are we talking? Hey, where you going? Where are we going? We're having a conversation.
Honestly,
here.
though, like
Said
at
butt
this
stuff.
point,
What are we doing?
at this point, I think like most Americans would be fooled. Like when you get taken by an alien, you assume butt stuff. So you're just like, it's kind of instinct
To be honest,
consent
yeah.
because you're like, get the butt stuff over with.
At this point, honestly, if I get abducted and there's no butt stuff, I might be appalled and disappointed. I might be like, hey,
I would be like, hello, you already did the bendy thing in my dream. Like, can we just do the butt stuff? Can I be like awake so at least
yeah, but
I
I've
know
already
what the butt stuff
experienced myself
is?
in multiple dimensions. Where's the butt stuff?
What's
Where
the
is butt stuff?
Where's the butt stuff? Aliens feel so harassed. 'Cause they're like, where's the butt stuff? And they're like, you don't get butt stuff. And they're probably so frustrated.
Now I feel like, am I sexually harassing?
You might be
aliens?
sexually harassing aliens.
Oh, fuck.
Because I don't think they guaranteed butt stuff.
Maybe it depends.
And I think like we're
Maybe it
all
depends on-
all show up on their beds and they're like, and we're just like, where's the butt stuff? And they're like, we don't get
we
butt stuff.
immediately just roll over, ass up.
They're so frustrated. They probably think we all want stuff in the butt because
Some
we all show up and
some
go,
might
like,
got to the
hello.
point where they just humorous and like, all right, I'll stick a finger in your butt.
They're like, leave my butt alone. And they're like, we're not touching your butt, sir. They're like, but don't do it. And then they're just like, okay,
That brings a whole new dynamic.
just touch the person's butt and let's move on.
Just stick a finger in there and let's scan their brain. Like if I just get abducted and get a brain scan, I might just be disappointed. Damn. This brings a whole moral.
Yeah, I
dynamic
mean,
to it. Like I said, in this podcast, we will drink ourselves into and out of an existential crisis. And I think that's where I'm at right now. I am in the existential crisis, and we are running out of time for me to get my way out of this existential crisis. So I'm going to have to continue drinking after this podcast to find my way out of this existential crisis, because I am an orthodox agnostic, and I have no idea if there is something out there beyond us.
but they may or may not want
But it
to
is
enter
Pride
your
Month,
aliens.
so support, love, and don't be a dick. That's my moral story. Love, support, and don't be a dick. And you know what? Maybe don't force an alien into butt stuff. Maybe they don't want to mess with your butt. I don't know. It depends who you get abducted by. Maybe it's a particular species of alien. We don't know. There's so many unanswered questions. But butt stuff isn't for the faint of heart.
Are we done here? Because I have questions I want to ask you about stuff, but I'm just
Like off camera, or
no, I just mean like, are we done here? I'm just like, I have questions to ask, but we're past the time.
Oh, ask the questions.
All right. So, out of all the sci-fi movies of aliens, what would be the one you want to be true? Like, what's the one that's like, aliens, yes. And that goes for all of you too. Which one? Which movie, show, whatever that you're just like, I can deal with that amount. The alien ideal. Oh, don't listen to me.
honestly, right now I'm torn between the Charlie Sheen Arrival, because the sequel sucked, and
Explain why.
because her legs bend backwards and jump really high in the air. I don't know why, but that just stuck with me.
And that's what you want for sure. To have to contend
Oh,
with.
for sure.
Not contend with so far as you have to
Some of
fight,
the-
but just what you want.
Some of the Men in Black stuff is interesting. I kind of like the idea of that situation, but that's more of a wholesome thing.
Mm.
But we didn't even get into the actual Men in Black thing that's been talked about. There's a whole other different situation there that might have to be saved for another podcast. It's a whole different situation to get into. I like the idea of the Men in Black thing, so I'd say The Arrival, Men in Black in the middle, and the next one would be what's the one where the aliens come down and they have that linguist comes in and tries to interpret what they're saying?
And are you talking about the? I think she's the chick who's married to Sacha Baron Cohen. And I've only seen the trailer, but she goes up against this window and this thing with tentacles.
Yeah, and
That's what you're talking about.
yeah, and it puts the different hieroglyphics on there, and she tries to interpret it and figure out what's going on, and she realizes that they're here not for evil but for good, and then we screw it up and they leave the planet.
Yeah.
Because that's honestly what would happen. They would be coming here to try to share their knowledge and to expand our minds, but we're feeble and simple-minded and we'd fuck shit up. But I don't know, maybe somewhere between those three movies.
I would say
But I do feel like
Mars Attack. I know I said I don't want that, but I love the idea. Like having
you
seen
just want
Mars,
your head to put on a chihuahua.
a little bit. Having seen Mars Attack, the hilarity of it all, like I would find it hilarious if it happened in my life. I mean, like if I had, it would suck because people would die. But having like lived through seeing the movie and then having it actually happen,
Play
I'd be
out.
like, that would be.
What?
I would find that a dark source of hilarity in my life. So I'm like, maybe Mars Attack. And then I would say Fourth Kind. Or Fifth Kind. Fourth Kind. The one with Mila.
Mila Kunis.
The other
Mila
famous one.
from
Mhm.
Fifth Element.
Yes. I was like,
Ooh, Fifth Element would be a good situation too.
just because then it's the same old, same old.
Yeah.
Yeah, they admit it exists, but I mean, apparently people have been abducted before. And then it's just like basically going like, yeah, you're going to be, well, you might lose your kids and you might end up being the crazy lady. At the party,
Crazy lady
but,
down the
like,
block.
Well, I don't know what other alien thing. Maybe, what's that one? Shit, the Marvel one. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ooh.
Possibly that might be fun. But I would never contribute. So
I
it's
want to be
kind of like,
Batista because I can move really slowly.
I would like to be. If I could be anyone from Guardian of the Galaxy, I would be Groot.
Mm.
Because I would never have to say anything
Mantis is great too.
besides Groot. Yeah, but Mantis has so much pressure on her. She worked for the bad guy.
I feel like I'm
and
more of a
now-
Drax person.
Yeah, you feel like a Drax. I think I would be.
Although I dance a lot.
Plan 9 from outer space.
Mm. My favorite Martian. Mostly because I just liked his little.
Are we talking about the show or the movie?
Either one. I just like the fact that they
The
had
one with
those.
Christopher Lloyd. Is it Christopher Lloyd?
Yeah, it was Christopher Lloyd that was in the movie.
I fucking love that movie
But I
so.
like both just because they had the very fake like antennas that come out and they're like, oh,
My favorite part was eating the little like planet gum things.
yes.
I always imagine they taste so good.
Jingle all the way. I feel like I'd be Sinbad in that.
Oh God! Alert his employer. He's Sinbad. He's Sinbad and Jingle all the way.
I'm a fan of Sinbad. I can't help it. But
He was in a condom thing where he was dressed up as a condom and he taught the girls and boys of the 80s. I just thought I'd throw that out there. I thought Sinbad, he did an educational sex video as a condom.
I think I kind of remember that. I might have had that in my
Yeah,
sex ed.
you probably did because it was a widely circulated thing where he was a lubricated latex spermicide condom.
That sounds
And
fair.
it was
That
very
actually
like
feels familiar.
okay.
Hmm.
It was a thing.
Children of the 80s. But I think we should wrap this up because I got to
Yep.
piss.
Yep.
Aliens, are you real? Hit us up in the DMs. Leave a comment
Yes,
below.
and we don't care.
You know, like, share, subscribe, you know,
Sinbad fan to you.
all
You
that
had
stuff.
3 children.
Sinbad did fail me. But if you're watching this on YouTube, please give us a like, share, subscribe. If you're watching us here live on Twitch, you know, give us a follow. If you'd like to subscribe and support us, we'd appreciate that as well. You can also find us on some audio versions only at bestthebottom.podbean.com. And you can find us on pericleproductions.com. You can donate there if you'd like to. We also have all of our social medias linked below. You can check everything else. I have a TikTok, which I'll be probably posting on here a little bit later this evening, as well as multiple other things, Facebooks, Twitters, all those things. You can find all the links right there at pericleproductions.com. And we appreciate you. We love you. And you're all fantastic. We love you that are here live on the stream and get into debates about Twizzlers and everything else. But we will definitely see you next time. And we are best of the bottom class people drinking bottom shelf booze. I am the Reverend JP. This is
Diane.
And we thank you for joining us. And we will see you next time. Tastes pretty good.